Be breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Susan, oh Susan, you are holding the holy grail of modern day media in your hands right now. If you want to guess it, YouTube. We know it as the iconic platform, the iconic website, the evolutionized app for many others, including myself, our safe space, and even now it's in the near future, it's going to be considered a social hub. YouTube has gone through many changes over the years. Whether those are good or bad changes is up to the person you are talking to and their perspective. It could be different from a consumer perspective and a creator perspective. We're all gonna dive into this topic today because Susan, oh Susan, let's see where you messed up. And let's see how you could kill this great thing we have called YouTube. Now, if you did not know, in the recent days of YouTube, or about a week ago, Susan and her team put out this tweet here. Now, this tweet is saying a lot of important stuff, not in the tweet itself, but at the link that is on the tweet. If you click on the link of the tweet, you will notice different changes with the terms of service. Not like I'm reading the whole thing, but I got the general idea of it. So basically, small creators such as myself will now have advertisements on their videos without being on the YouTube partnership program. Now, you're probably saying, oh shit, that actually might be good. Get advertisements, get that revenue. But no. See, if you're not in the YouTube partner program, or short for YPP, you are not getting any revenue from advertisements that YouTube puts on your videos. So that means I'm basically giving these companies free publicity through my videos and not getting a single dime from YouTube nor the advertisements themselves. So I can see how YouTube is slowly becoming more corporate, as they have been through the years, and are trying to use content that isn't even in the YouTube partnership program, YPP, for their own gain and revenue. Like, damn, like YouTube, you don't make enough money already. Like, YouTube is untouchable. Like I've said before in previous videos, it's a damn monopoly. YouTube is not people and other companies and other sources of media is not touching YouTube for years to come. YouTube may end eventually one day, like many things end, but YouTube is on top right now. Nobody is touching YouTube, and since it's been backed by Google for many years, it's going to be hard to stop YouTube. And on top of that, for the recent years, you guys all seen it, YouTube in the Super Bowl and commercials, they're trying to find different ways to branch off to bring in more revenue. And maybe they do need more revenue, most likely they don't. But they probably lost a lot of revenue trying to get support for YouTube TV since no one is buying that junk. So they're probably like, oh man, like we got all of these videos with millions of views untouched, bringing in no revenue for our company. So let's snag up some money real quick. YouTube, go for it. But if you want to bring in more revenue from my videos and other small creators' videos, you should make the requirement for the YouTube partnership program lower, even though it's pretty low considering standards in YouTube and how many views videos bring in on the daily. But like, make it easier for us to get into the partnership program. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, like bringing more revenue into the platform, as long as I'm getting some of it. I don't want to be left out with a chunk of the money. Don't get me wrong, All right, my ambitions are not fueled by just money. I love this. This is a passion, but let me get revenue from my passion. And YouTube, don't forget that we are the community. Without all of us, YouTube would die instantly. So this is why I'm posing this question. Are we going to kill YouTube by not going by the guidelines and trying to find something else to do? Or is Susan, the big boss lady, going to kill YouTube by enforcing these new guidelines that we do not want to abide by? So that was a pretty contradicting statement, I should say, right? So I'm basically saying, either way, YouTube is on a dark path. Regardless, I would love YouTube, but regardless, the way they're going right now might kill YouTube. It might be alive because of its how-to tutorials, and people always go to YouTube first besides Google when they need to learn how to do something. That is the only way I see YouTube surviving on a consumer level, but on the creator level, they're really trying to screw over the creators that bring in most of the revenue for the company. Like, don't try to enforce these advertisements on us if we're not getting any chunk of the change, man. That's all that I'm saying. That's all that we want as small creators. It's hard enough for us to try to make it in this big industry, I should say, for social media and YouTube, because there are so many influencers and creators nowadays. Back in 2013, there wasn't that many people investing in YouTube because it was still relatively new. But now that people see that you can make a pretty good living off of YouTube, you're seeing more and more people invest in YouTube over time. So they're really trying to make it harder on us, when in all honesty, they should have just left it alone or try to give us more support. Speaking of which, on the fact that it is harder than us, you can't even curse like that in videos and really express yourself. Now everything is considered freaking, I don't know, just so sensitive. You know, back then in YouTube, it was more free and you really got endorsed and you really got supported for your full creativity. Now you have people censoring themselves, some for great reasons, some for not really necessary, you know? Like, so I feel like YouTube is really becoming more corporate. And when things become more corporate, you lose the fun out of it, especially when YouTube was made for just uploading a video and just having a fucking good time, man, and just chilling. You know, YouTube was about feeling good about yourself. Now you see people on extravagant vacations and stuff and doing all this stuff for YouTube, and it really makes you feel bad about yourself. When the internet is just supposed to entertain you while time passes by. Honestly, YouTube is not even supposed to be a living, but people treat it as a living. Like, I am trying to treat it as a living, so I'm kind of a hypocrite in this situation. But hey, what can I do? Times is changing, TOS is changing for the worst. Well, that's my opinion, because I'm trying to be a creator. If you're a consumer, none of this really matters to you anyways, unless you're affected by your creator, then in that case it will. But anyway, guys, thank you for clicking on the video regardless. I don't really do outros and stuff like that because I feel like it's corny. But yeah, man, I hope you guys have a good day and take care, and TOS, man. Thank you, Susan. I love you. Oh, sorry, by the way. And one thing I want to add, tomorrow I am creating a video about a story time kind of thing. It's kind of funny, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I hope you could come by and check it out tomorrow. It's pretty funny and probably relatable with a lot of people. I just wanted to say that before I let you guys go, and thank you very much for watching the video. And yeah, let's hope YouTube lasts. I hope. Shit.